Hi, what up, YouTube? I am coming home from work and I have to rant a little bit. As you can see, I'm still in the car. The light might turn off because I turned off my car. I have to rant. And people know I really like the sport of boxing. It's not a new science, that it's one of my favorite things to watch, one of my sweet things. But we got to talk about the fucking Premier Boxing Champions Amazon deal. And if you guys go back to my video that I released a couple months ago at this point when they first announced the deal, I specifically said the Amazon deal is a horrible idea. And now you might be looking at me and wondering why. In that video, my basic outline and basic gist of the whole thing was that, well, Premier Boxing Champions on Amazon, rumor had it that they had no budget, i.e. everything had to be pay-per-view. So flash forward to 2024, about two months after that deal was announced. Tell me why the fuck I go on Bad Left Hook. I love reading my Bad Left Hook articles. Shout out to those guys. They write some of the best stuff ever. I like reading them. I like reading their predictions. I like the guys who place the bets and have the running score, how many they get right or wrong. It's a fun website and reliable. Release a fucking source today that they're saying Tszyu is going to fight Keith Once Upon a Time Thurman. And he's Once Upon a Time, and I'll get to that motherfucker in a second. I have a lot to say. This is no diss to Tszyu, like I have said. A lot of the people who've seen my Tszyu videos, they're the most popular when I talk boxing. The Aussies like it. The Australians like it. But what I'm saying is Tszyu's a great fighter. Beat the shit out of Tony Harrison. Arguably, he beat the shit out of Brian Mendoza, Tony Harrison, the guys who gave Jaime Munguia a pretty decent run for their money. I forget his name, but the Irish dude whooped his ass. I mean, Tszyu's a good guy. But going back to the point, officially announced, Tszyu versus Keith Thurman. What do I think? One, it's a fucking pay-per-view. First, you motherfuckers owe me credit. I don't care if I cuss because I don't care if I get the yellow dollar sign. This is for fun. Give me credit. I told you motherfuckers, PBC doesn't have a budget on Amazon. And it has been proven right. That's why I was saying they better go to DAZN. DAZN was giving them a physical budget to make regular fights like this for not pay-per-view. I am beyond triggered. I need someone in the comments to tell me, how is Tszyu versus Keith Thurman going to do over 50K buys in the United States? No way. In Australia, it might, because he's a big name. But here in the United States, Canada, nobody knows who Tszyu is, minus me and the people like me who wanted to see Tszyu versus Bud Crawford, because Tszyu's that good. This is going to flop, in America at least. I know it's on Amazon, but Americans do not give two fucks about Tszyu. And that's a sad thing, because he's a great fighter. Okay. That also screams a second thing. Realize that this is one fucking fight Premier Boxing Champions has officially announced out of their 12-fight schedule. Nothing else is official. What does that tell you guys? The writing's on the wall. Most of these fights are going to be pay-per-views. And they're going to have, once in a while, I might be proven right on this point, one or two of the fights of the deal are going to be little mini fights that don't cost a lot, but they're going to be used as vehicles for us just to buy the next one. Now, let me explain that to you. It'll be like, the Premier Boxing Champions way. You'll have like Frank Martin versus ranked number 10 in the WBC somebody for free. But during that whole broadcast, it'll be like, buy Errol Spence's comeback on pay-per-view next weekend. Shit like that. It's not going to be anything enticing for free. Hence why they got kicked off of Showtime, ESPN, Bounce, Spike, CBS, NBC. I can keep going. Premier Boxing Champions kills place. Fox, FS1. So the same thing's going to happen to Amazon. They're not going to last. The minute their budget, not even a budget, the minute they are done with their deal, they won't renew. Amazon is banking on Tank Davis and Canelo to make decent money on these fights because they are not bankrolling shit, and it's ridiculous to put Tszyu on pay-per-view in America. How about the actual fight? Well, here's my 2 cents. Once upon a time, Thurman lost to a 40-fucking-year-old Manny Pacquiao coming off a good decent win against Broner and a decent win against Lucas Matisse, but fucking lost in Australia against gym teacher Jeff Horn. And then he lost to Pacquiao. You crazy. And then Pacquiao lost to Ugas, and I was fucking there for that fight. So my whole point to this is Keith Thurman is a nobody. This is not 2015. He's going to get his ass beat. I don't even need to make a prediction. Tszyu's going to come in there. Maybe Keith Thurman's fucking footwork will give him some issues for like 2 rounds. But since Keith Thurman is so inactive, fights once every 3 years, by the time Tim tires him out, couple body shots in the head and he's good. Body shots are the key, by the way. He's been hurt. Thurman, that is, in the body. So many fights in the Porter fight against what's the guy? Collazo. Against Collazo, Porter, Josecito Lopez, all hurt him to the body. You don't think Tszyu, a bigger guy, can beat his ass? Tszyu by knockout. Second, this fight is not sanctioned by the WBO. This is official news. Because they know it's bullshit. And the fight is gonna be fought at 155. Fucking bullshit. I don't care. I'm raging, bro. This is so stupid. Anyways, that's my thoughts. I don't need to make this longer than it is. Tszyu's gonna murder Keith once upon a time Thurman. And Amazon is the worst thing for boxing fans in existence. And I told you so. Go back in my videos. You can fucking find it. I hate being the guy who say I told you so. It's in there. Peace.